Okay, class. Again, I have to start. In the previous chapter, we have already entered. With the previous chapter, we have already entered in the geometrical part. Okay, that is the chapter name is Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. And that chapter we have studied about the parallel lines, about some definitions. Okay, and the Euclid postulates each and everything, and some questions related to that we have discussed. Okay, in this chapter we have already covered that things. Now we are leaning towards the another chapter, that is lines and angles. That is also a very important chapter, or you can say that it's a basic to each and every chapter we are going to learn in this year. Okay, so as the name suggests, this is the chapter name, that is the lines and angles. As the name suggests, this chapter is all about lines and angles. Okay, means in this chapter we are going to learn about different types of lines and angles, how they are related to each one and everything. Okay, so now the question arises in our mind that where we are going to use this thing, ma'am? Where we are going to use these things? Okay, we are learning about lines, angles, and everything, but where we are going to use these things? Okay, see, I hope you all know about architecture. Okay, architect who is responsible for a good architectures or the plannings. Okay, if they are not if they will not have a good knowledge about lines, intersecting lines, parallel lines, and type of angles to be constructed, so how they will be able to give you a good plan? It is quite difficult for them to make a plan to execute to a building without the knowledge of anything. Okay, so the lines and angles with this chapter, it's a basic to the geometry. Means we are going to introduce some different types of lines and the angles, how it is related to one another, and types of properties you can get it from there. Okay, and in practical influences how you can use this. Okay, so let's start with this first concept, that is lines. Okay. In this chapter also, the Euclid has given some definitions. We'll not go with that definitions, but now I will introduce some definitions of line segment, and ray, which we are going to use in further. Okay. So let's start with line segment, and ray. Okay. First of all, let me explain what is a line. Okay. Yes. These things already you have studied in your previous classes, line segment, and ray. Still, I am introducing this thing because you are going to use these things in this chapter. First of all, let us learn about line. Line what? Line which has two ends, or so we can say which has no end point. No end point, and it can be extended to both the direction. Okay, or you can say a piece of segment which can be extended to both the direction. This is all about line. Okay, next is line segment. Line segment which has two end points cannot be extended further, having fixed length. Having fixed length. The line can be extended in both the direction, but line segment which has two endpoints and cannot be extended further or having a fixed length. Okay, if I am saying that this is a line segment, I am talking about two endpoints. If this is the line segment having two endpoints, that is A and B, I will represent this line segment by this symbol. If I say that this line, okay, it is AB, both the directions. It can be extended in both the directions. If I want to represent that line, like represent it like this, because it can be extended both the directions. Okay, let's come to now let's come to another definition, that is ray. What is ray? Ray, it has only, it is also, you can say, it has only one end point, or it can be extended in both the, it can be extended from one direction. Okay, you can write, it has only one end point, can extend it from one side only. This is diagram of a ray. Okay, if I represent it by AB, see, it is a ray, it can be extended from one side. Some of the examples of ray is, example of ray, you can take, that is the torch, sunlight. Why? How it is an example of ray? Because you know that the torch, definitely one end is fixed, but the ray goes in infinite directions. So that's why I can say that torch, even the sunlight is also example of a ray. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you about line segment and ray. If it is clear to all, please raise your hand. All of you, please raise your hand. Science. Please raise your hand, those who are able to. Okay, now down your hand. Down your hand. Okay, this was the basic definitions I have discussed with you. Now I'm going to discuss about another definition, that is angle. Very important. That is angle. The students know how to name, but they don't know the definition of angle. Okay. Don't worry about the notes I will give you afterwards. Okay. This angle. Angle. First of all, get revised about the ray. What I say. Ray means ray which has only one end point and can be extended from one end. Okay, infinitely. Okay, so what is angle? Actually, angle is a figure. Okay, figure formed by combination of rays, combination of two rays having same initial point. Now, map, what does this mean? Okay, figure formed by combination of two rays having same initial point means if I take two rays in such a way that they are having same initial point, the starting point is same. Okay, then I can say this figure the form is angle. This angle. So this initial point is also called vortex. It's also called vortex, or you can say common vortex. Common vortex. Okay. And the ray forming the angle. What are the rays which is forming the ray? Forming the angle. These are the two rays which is responsible to make angle. These two are called arms. Arms of angle. Means to make an angle, two arms are responsible. Two arms are responsible. Today I am just allowing everybody, those who are coming even after 10 minutes, but tomorrow onwards exactly 8 o'clock I will start my class and I will not allow anybody afterwards. Within 5 minutes, if all come, that's good. If not, I will start my class. It's the last warning to all. Okay, I hope the definition of angle is clear. If I take one example, C plus. If I take an angle, okay, having initial point O, two rays OA and OB. Okay, here the arms. What's the arms here? That is OA and OB. And the initial point or vortex is O. That is our initial point. So, how we will name this angle? Always remember that while giving the name to an angle, always take it out anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. Okay, means with respect to the arms, you cannot say BAO. Okay, you have to see the angle. This figure comes to the initial point at O. You have to name the angle in such a way that this point should come in center. So this angle can be named as angle AOB or angle BOA. Okay, the direction not matter, but this initial point matters. Okay, you cannot write angle BOA. If you are writing angle BAO, that will be wrong. It is wrong. You have to write AOB or BOA. I hope this is clear. Okay? If you are noting it down side by side, that is good. Otherwise, I will write in notes, don't forget. Yes, class, one more thing. For your convenience, when there are more angles, when there is more angles with same initial points. Okay? For example, the initial point is A. Okay? Having many rays forming many types of angles. If it is B, C, D, and E. See, you can get many angles here. Okay, that is this angle, another angle, and another angle. So for our convenience, sometimes we used to give number to this 1, 2, and 3. Okay, sometimes we used to give number to the multiple in a only figure if we are having multiple angles to make it more clear. For our convenience, we used to give number to that angles. Means angle BAC is 1, angle CAB is 2, angle DA is 3 like this. Okay, so let's move for the types of angles. The last warning to Vandita, tomorrow onwards I don't want to see. Yes, Sachidananda has one doubt that, ma'am, can we write instead of this? Can we write angle O? Yes, you can write, for example, instead of O, if it is A. Okay, so we can directly write angle, right? Angle O we can write. Okay, when there is only a single angle. If it is a multiple angle, it is quite difficult to predict from its initial point. So we should not write this thing when there is multiple angles. Okay, keep the things in your mind. Always try to give a full name instead of giving single name. Okay, so let's move for the types of angles. Yes, types of angles. Okay, so types of angles, I hope many of you have already learned, but as this is a part of this chapter, I'm going to revise you again the types of angles. Okay, the first one is acute angle. Acute angle means if an angle is less than, if angle less than 90 degree. Then we can say that acute angle. An example of acute angle, 30 degree, 60 degree, right? Next one is of right angle. Right angle means angle is equal to 90 degree. Exactly equal to 90 degree. So we can say that it is right angle. Next is obtuse angle. Okay, obtuse angle is less more than 90 but less than 180 degree. Okay, but less than 180 degree. Similarly, we have straight angle, okay, then reflex angle and is complete angle. Complete angle. Straight angle, if the angle is equal to 180 degree. And reflex angle means angle more than 180 but less than 360. Less than 360. Okay, and the complete angle which is equal to 360 degree. Equal to 360 degree. So many times the question arises, ma'am, this thing we already know, we have already studied in our previous class. But why I am explaining this thing? Because in your syllabus it is also there how to predict the types of angle with its diagram. See class. We know that in an angle, this is the base rate. Okay, and to make one angle we need two rays. Two rays we need. Okay, and this is the angle it is formed. Okay, if see this figure formed by two rays. Okay, we know that this is 90 degree. This is 90 degree, which is equal to 90, right? So this portion is less than 90, so we can predict from this diagram that if the angle is like this, So I can say that it is a acute angle. Okay, this is acute angle. If the angle is like this, we can say that exactly it is a right angle. Okay, now if the angle is like this thing, but the angle is this. Means angle formed by these two rays is not this much, but this is already turned. Means it is a reflex angle. It's a reflex angle. Okay? If the diagram shows like this, so I can say it is a straight angle. Okay? If it shows like this. So I can say the both rays are coincide or the both rays are overlap with one another. So I can say this represent complete angle. This represent complete angle. To make it more clear for us, see. Can we ask as an objective? The predict see. This is one example. See, these are some examples I have taken to make you more clear. This is acute angle. This is acute angle. Okay, the angle is less than the imaginary 90. Now this is the angle made outwards. Means it's a reflex. Reflex. This is also reflex angle. Okay. This is not reflex. For example, the angle reflex is reflex, but now it is below 90 or less than 90. So it is acute. See, this represents straight line. Straight. And this one is complete angle. This is complete angle. Okay? So I hope it is clear. Till here, if it is clear, please raise your hand, students. Yes, I'm expecting more hands. Very good. Very good. Okay. If you are having any kind of problem, you can share through chats. I'm watching or I'm just reading it, thing what you're writing. Okay, don't worry about it. I will try to solve. So next is another types of, these are the types of angle based on degree. Now some types of angles and discuss with the combination of angles that you have already heard about the types of angles in another form. I'm going to discuss here. That is complementary angle. Complementary angle and supplementary angles. You will gonna find many questions based on complementary angles and supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles, if the sum of two angles, the sum of two angles is equals to 90, then they are said to be complementary angle. If the sum of two angles is equals to 180 degree, then they are said to be supplementary angle. Sum of two angles is 180 degree, then they are said to be complementary, supplementary angles. Okay, class. This is all about. I will provide the notes. Okay, don't worry about that. Yes, I hope it is clear, the complementary angles and supplementary angles. Okay. See example. If one angle is 30, so its complement will be, if one angle is 30, you can use your chat box. If one angle is 30, it is given to you, what will be its complement? Complement will be 90 minus 30, that is 60 degree. Because sum of these two is 90. Okay? If anybody asks you that if one angle is given to you and if you need to find the complement of that angle, that will be 90 minus 30. Okay? 90 minus 30 is 60. If the angle is given to you that is 40 degree, what will be its complement? Means 90 minus 40 is 50. So 50 will be its complement. 50 will be its complement. Similarly, if 100 is given to you, and then 100 is given to you, if anybody asks you about its supplement, okay, then what will be it? Supplement of 100, it will be 80. How you have it? 180 minus 100, that is 80. So 80 is my answer. Okay? Yes, Smriti Sikha. If more than two angles add up to 90 degree, then they called complementary angles. Yes, obviously at the time we will take only two. Okay, I will discuss that case later. Don't worry about that. Anybody else having any kind of doubt, students? Most probably, while talking about the complementary and supplementary angles, we are considering only two angles. Okay. Yes, anybody else want to ask anything? Just raise a hand. Subhashmita, want to ask? Sameer. Anybody else want to ask? Because for today the time is already up. Okay, so tomorrow we will start with the another types of angles, that is adjacent angles, vertically opposite angles, all that things in details, and all obviously about the linear pair exams. So don't miss the class tomorrow, because tomorrow I will discuss some theorems also, which is going to help you while solving the questions. Okay, class. Yes, Sameer, you want to ask anything? If anybody want to ask anything, please unmute your mic and ask. No?
A, B, C, D, F.
First of all, tell your name. Who are you? Okay, class, for tomorrow the time, for today the time is up. Let's see you all tomorrow. Okay? And first of all,
Okay, namaskar, ma'am.
Thank you,
listen
ma'am.
to me first of all.
Namaste, ma'am.
Tomorrow, I want all you to be present sharp 8 o'clock here. Because tomorrow onwards, I'm going to take your attendance also, that how many students are attending the first class. So be ready with that. Okay, I should not request, or I'm not gonna wait anymore. Today I wasted 10 minutes just because to wait and all. So tomorrow onwards, I'm not going to do the same. Okay, sharp 8 o'clock, I will start the class. So be ready.